Inside my heart, I desire.
Off the cut. And back comes Williams. Utah Jazz last year at this point 6-10. So this franchise in a dramatic turnaround. The last 3 years. Beautiful move by Bryant going right. Gets the ball over to one of the best shot blockers in the NBA.
Kobe looking, I think, stronger and quicker than he has all season.
Boozer wide open. Utah with a 6-2 lead. Lakers coming with a record of 9-5 on top in the Pacific. By half game over Sacramento now.
It's on time, little girl.
Look at it,
Love is
Steve.
shining, well, it's on time, little girl. I said love is shining.
The last 3.
I'm the glass is half full, so
yes.
I'm going to go with 5 out of 7.
While the Jazz won their first 4, then lost to the Nets in New Jersey, followed up that loss with 8 straight wins to go to 12-1, the best start in the history of the franchise, and now they are 13-3, which is the top record in the NBA. The steal by Parker has Odom. Parker goes all the way. It counts in the foul. Smush Parker with a strong move, and he will go to the line. The foul on Darren Williams.
Smush Parker is an underrated defender. Remember the 2 plays he made against Steve Nash in the playoffs last year? He's got long arms. He's very athletic, and he makes the right read there. Williams holds off, doesn't commit himself, and Parker takes the lane to the hoop.
And Smush had some good moments in the first half of last season. Struggled in the second half. Mentioned some of the good moves in the playoffs, but had problems against the Suns in the postseason.
Yeah, especially the last few games. I think his inexperience showed. He started to let his shooting woes get to him, lost a lot of confidence. But he has done a pretty good job here in Los Angeles the last couple of years for this team.
Memedo Core with a post-up move against Lamar Odom, rebounded by Kwame Brown. Here comes Odom. Lamar Odom in the midst of a career year in terms of the stats. Here's Walton. Luke, so efficient from three-point range, not the same as a mid-range shooter. And here's Boozer getting inside.
Boy, great patience from Darren Williams. He could have forced that and tried to get the ball to Brewer. Looked like he might have been able to do so, but he just waited, took his time, and got the ball to the trailing Boozer.
The Jazz with an 8-5 lead. Odom fired. So the Lakers move within 1. Utah, a very good road team. They've won 5 of 7 on the road. They're 8-1 at home. And playing back-to-back, they have won 3 of 4. They played last night at home and beat the San Antonio Spurs. Kirilenko was pushed. So the foul is called. It is on Bryant. And there's the head coach of the Utah Jazz, Jerry Sloan. 18th season as the head man of the Jazz, and the first coach in NBA history to collect 900 wins with one franchise.
And I guess the others came with Chicago, right? He was a coach with the Bulls for a couple of years. But for the most part, as Okur gets the lefty runner to go, Jerry Sloan has been the face of this franchise. Incredible longevity for an NBA coach.
And as a player, a two-time All-Star with the Bulls, all-defensive first team on 4 occasions. A very tough player. They double up on Brown. He found the open man. Bryant from Kwame Brown.
Oh, a defensive breakdown. I see Tyrone Corbin on the bench for Utah, their assistant coach. Furious. Williams gets fouled on the way to the hole, but that was a breakdown by Utah's defense. Watch the screen and then the slip. That's a Utah Jazz type play. The Jazz love to make that move. John Stockton used to do that. He'd feed Karl Malone, set a screen, and then slip to the basket. And if you don't communicate defensively, you're going to give up a layup like they did there.
Foul on Parker, putting Williams at the line. Darren Williams, second year out of Illinois, and says his first name is usually mispronounced. Says the PA guys often introduce him as Duran, and he says he uses that as motivation. Now that'll get you up for a game when your name is mispronounced, Steve.
Nothing like getting pumped up for the big ball game.
Sky high. Utah with a 3-point lead. 5 minutes on by. Odom pops it out. Here's good. Now 16 of 25 from beyond that 3-point line. He's closing it on 70%, which is #1 in the NBA. How about Carlos Boozer? He's hit his first 4 shots.
How about that one, too? Fade away from about 15 feet. He's showing the whole repertoire here tonight. And the Luke Walton 3. Interesting talking to Phil Jackson before the game. He said he thinks Walton is a better shooter from 3 than he is from inside the arc.
Kobe Bryant is on target. Lakers in their last game against Milwaukee, a loss to the Bucks here at home. Here's Boozer again. Lakers were 3-point shot happy. They attempted 37. They were 11 of 37 from downtown. That's a franchise record. Most 3-point attempts.
I feel good all night, 'cause I'm in love with you. Baby, you are everything.
The Bucks played zone basically the entire game. So LA spent all of yesterday at practice working against the zone. In fact, Utah had their own struggles against Golden State zone last week. So interesting to see tonight if either team comes out and plays some zone. They don't like to, but they know that each other has struggled against the zone offensively this year.
Odom spinning his way. He thought he was fouled. Here comes Williams. And Okor for 3. Now that Okor knocking down a 3. The Jazz up by 1, and timeout is called by Phil Jackson. 5:13 remaining in this opening quarter. Kobe Bryant has the hot hand. He's hit 4 of 5 here at the start for 8 points.
Weakness, saying that Utah had weak-minded players who couldn't execute down the stretch without Sloan barking out the signals. Now, normally Sloan doesn't care what Jackson thinks, but he said, you know what? This time, Phil may be right. Marv?
Well, here we go again. Phil has had his share of banter back and forth with various head coaches. Recall the days of Phil and Pat Riley, and obviously not so much with Rick Alderman, but the city of Sacramento a couple of years back.
Yeah, he gets into it with everybody. Jeff Van Gundy years ago. Of course, the 2 coaches met in the finals back in 97, 98, the Bulls and the Jazz. Williams knocks down a jumper. And they went at it in the finals. I remember that series very, very clearly. There was a lot of gamesmanship going on between those 2 coaches in the press.
And you look back to their playing careers, both defensive-minded, very tough players, and that's a foul against the Jazz, and Bernie Fryer does not want to discuss it with Mehmet Okor. It is on Okor. 4.5 remaining in this first quarter. The Jazz up by 3 points.
So they both were the type of players who got under your skin if you were playing against them. Sloan, one of the toughest guys defensively to play against him. And Jackson, well, you watched him a lot in New York, all elbows and knees.
Yes. Phil came off the bench for the most part during the course of his career. The hand is for Derek Fisher, the former Los Angeles Lakers, just checked in for the Jazz. First-round pick of the Lakers back in 1996. Spent 8 seasons playing for the Lakers, 5 under Phil Jackson, and a key member of 3 Laker championship teams.
And he's still loved here. He's come back here a couple of times with Golden State the last 2 seasons, and always gets a great ovation.
Nice move by Brewer, but the rookie way off on that reverse attempt. Nice handoff from Brown for Walton. Try to get it to Odom. Beautiful play by Brewer. Has the long arms, and Brewer all the way. Well, Ronnie Brewer's worked his way into the starting lineup. Rookie out of Arkansas, first-round draft pick. He is the son of one-time NBA player Ron Brewer.
And he shows exactly why Utah picked him. They loved his athleticism. Utah really wanted to update its athleticism on the wing as Parker drains the jumper. And they felt like he'd be a good fit with this club. He's active, he's long, he can guard multiple positions. And pretty rare for a Jerry Sloan rookie to work his way into the lineup so quickly, but Brewer's done just that.
And Ron Brewer's senior team with Sidney Moncrief and Marvin Delph. Remember, they formed the famed triplets and led the Razorbacks of Arkansas to the 1978 Final Four. Kirilenko with his first bucket. His father played 8 seasons, 6 different teams in the NBA. Here's Parker with a tough angle shot. Kept alive by Odom. Odom getting inside against the team that leads the NBA in rebounding. How about the stats last night on the victory over San Antonio? They out-rebounded the Spurs 50-34. Okor with a quick release.
And Greg Popovich after the game said Utah is just tougher-minded than we are right now. And that's saying something, because the Spurs are always one of the toughest-minded clubs in the NBA. Odom with the slam over Kirilenko. And Lakers have to be happy with that interior play, Marv. You really play with confidence in the NBA, unless you're a real star. And I think for Luke Walton, it just came down to feeling comfortable on the floor, feeling confident even after you've missed a couple shots in a row. And it's the first time I've seen him in his career where he's felt that way.
Lakers in a spurt where they've outscored the Jazz 20-7 in this second quarter. Miles thought he took a hit. Final seconds of the half. Bryant back for a last shot. Gets the pick. Bryant to the rim. Serving up a face-up. There's Williams. Harper. Can he get it off on time? No. Waved off. Had it gone. And the crowd buzzing about that. Bryant and stuffed by Kobe Bryant.
That was unbelievable. I thought he was just going to lay that ball in, and he just hammered it over the top of everybody.
Lakers conclude the first half on a 22-7 spurt over the last 9 minutes, and they have a 53-41 lead at halftime. Kobe Bryant leads the way with 22. Let's go, Bill.
Well, nobody thought yesterday he'd be back in full form until January. The Army's got the piece of it. We certainly look like you are tonight. What's the difference? How good do you feel tonight?
I feel pretty good. You know, it's knees get better, get stronger. I feel pretty good.
Only 16 field goal attempts so far this year. You have 16 already here in the first half. What'd you decide to do tonight?
Just being more aggressive. Being more aggressive. You know, it's last game we struggled a little bit. I feel like my teammates beat off my confidence. So if I can come out, be more aggressive, be more assertive, I think they'll beat off that.
Like great first half. Kobe Bryant very aggressive, 22 points. The Lakers have a 53-41 lead.
J'éclate de rire, et quand je suis par terre, avec du sang plein les mains et j'ai mal à la tête. Quelle merveilleuse aventure, pour une fois qu'il se passe quelque chose, je suis en plein milieu. Et je pense, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, que ça. Tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, que ça. Ouais, je pense qu'à ça. Tout tombait autour de moi, même un petit nerveux qui me tombait dessus, qui en a profité pour saccager les seins.
He just attacked whoever was wrong. CJ Miles,
Trop hurler, laisse-la moi, laisse-la moi, laisse-la moi. Et il sauta sur lui et moi pour nous empêcher de nous fuir. J'ai cru que j'avais explosé, mais non, j'ai encore la place pour 5 autres trucs, 5 fois chacun. Pendant ce temps-là, je pensais, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, que ça, que ça, que ça, que ça. Tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, que ça, que ça. Je pense qu'à ça.
The Jazz here tonight, in the previous second games of back-to-back, they have won 3 and lost 1.
Well, you know Jerry Sloan will never make an excuse, and he's not going to make one now. But I think a lot of times in back-to-backs, it is up to the reserve players to provide that energy. But just 4 for 14, 9 points for Utah's reserve so far.
Andre Kirilenko with his first block of the night. That pass off the mark, handled by Boozer. They're just throwing the ball around, and Bryant got a piece of it. So the Jazz will maintain possession. Both teams are back to their starting lineups. For Utah, Okor up front with Boozer and Kirilenko. Point guard is Darren Williams. Ball slapped away. Once again, recovered by Utah. That's the rookie Ronnie Brewer. And Williams from way downtown. Rebound is lost with both Kwame Brown and Luke Walton going for it. So Utah will get the new clock.
Well, Boozer got off to the quick start. He had 10 points, I think, in the first quarter and has not been heard from since. So Utah's got to try to establish him down low, and the way to do it is to get that offense clicking.
And there it is as Carlos Boozer takes the pass from Darren Williams. Assist number 7 for Williams, along with 8 points. Kirilenko able to tip it over to Okor. Utah at 13-3, the best record in the NBA. Kirilenko is fouled, and he will shoot 2. While the Lakers come in at 9-5. The foul on Bryant, that is his second. Andre Kirilenko had missed 5 straight games with a sprained right ankle. He's a guy who's been injury hit over the years. Returned against the Lakers last week, and Stephen, that gave me a 5 block shot.
And he also shut down Kobe Bryant in the fourth quarter. Kobe was 0 for 3 in that final stanza, and that's when the Jazz pulled away in that terrific game. But he's still trying to find himself this season, coming off that ankle injury. Doesn't have the jumper going just yet.
In that game last Friday night in the Salt Lake City, Lakers allowed 64 points in the second half. Led by 7 at the start of the fourth quarter, but the next is very quiet for Kobe and the man who was Bryant again. Able to extend. Foul was called on Luke Walton. Second team foul on the Lakers. Kobe Bryant with 2 sensational stuffs. One right at the end of the first half. Williams with a nice move. It counts, and the foul.
What a beautiful move from Williams. He's so good at that penetration and then the ability to absorb contact. Watch him take the pass out of the double team from Okor, the crossover around Walton, and then draws the foul from Kwame Brown. And he has gotten himself in much better shape. I asked Gary Briggs, the Utah trainer today, I said, is it true he's lost 15 pounds? He said, it's more like about 5. Williams has worked on his conditioning. He hasn't lost that much weight, but he's gotten stronger and much more confident.
Kobe Bryant with the turnaround. 12 of 18 from the field. 26 points for Bryant. Lakers 57, the Jazz 48. Second of our TNT doubleheader. Earlier tonight, Pistons beat Miami 87-85. Okor try to adjust on the shot. Handled by Parker. Pistons now 10-5. They have won 7 in a row, and now Bryant is fouled by Williams. So Kobe will head to the line.
He looks more like the Kobe Bryant we saw last year, who led the NBA in scoring at about 35 a game. Remember we showed that graphic early in tonight's game. He's averaging 16 shot attempts per game this season as opposed to 27 last year. Well, he's already at 18, so you can see he's in attack mode tonight.
Kobe Bryant changing in uniform number 24. Did wear that number as a freshman in high school.
Still doesn't look right. You know, I find myself when I turn the Lakers on TV, I see the different number. I think that's somebody else.
Strong move by Boozer. So that's 14 points for Boozer. And we've heard about 12 different reasons as to why Kobe made the number change. There's a lot for Bryant. And last touched by Bryant. So here comes Darren Williams trying to fast break on the Lakers and would have succeeded, but that ball was tipped away by Walton.
Well, Kobe's lucky because he spent that entire possession complaining to the officials, and Darren Williams just pushed the ball right down the throat of the Lakers defense. And they're lucky they didn't give up an easy 2.
Lakers ending the first half with a 22-7 run. Lakers lead is now 9. 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Kirilenko passed on a three. A beautiful handoff to Boozer, and he is tied up. Nice play, they'll jump it up.
That's been the story. The Lakers have been really active defensively. Every time it looks like they're about to give up the
Les
hoop,
amphis, je me
they make a
retrouve
deflection,
face à
come in
5
for a block shot, they
individus
get a rebound.
qui venaient de casser ma porte, font toute la pièce en hurlant comme des Indiens. Et le gros monstre avec la crête me dit j'éclate de rire et quand je suis par terre avec du sang plein les mains et j'ai mal à la tête. Quelle merveilleuse aventure pour une fois qu'il se passe quelque chose, je suis en plein milieu. Et je pense, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, que ça. Tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, tu n'es rien qu'une petite fourmi, que ça ferait.
The wall. Lakers up by 11. Boozer. There was contact. Foul is called on the Lakers, and Boozer will go to the line.
We heard Charles Barkley talk at halftime about Utah looking tired, and I agree. I think he made a great point. And you can see right now in the opening minutes of the third quarter, they're coming out with a lot of energy. Darren Williams is making a point of pushing the ball at every opportunity.
Foul on Kwame Brown. That's his third. Carlos Boozer in his fifth season. Indeed, the subject of many trade rumors during the off season. Here's that beautiful feed from Kobe Bryant to Luke Walton. The question with Carlos Boozer is, can he stay healthy? He has missed 80 games over the past 2 years. Finished very strong though last season after returning.
Had the hamstring injury, and there was a point last year, Marv, where some Jazz fans were wondering whether he was thinking he has a house out here in LA. He did until recently. Bryant with the hoop on the foul. There was a lot of talk that Boozer was trying to get traded to the Lakers. And the Utah training staff said, look, this guy's got a severely strong hamstring. You can see how hard
Kobe Bryant with 31 points. He has all Laker points here in the third quarter. He has scored all 9 for the Lakers. Okor on that foul, number 4. He will come out in a moment. Darren Collins over at the scorer's table. Okor passing up the shot. Kirilenko wide open, able to knock down a 3.
Now we're finally starting to see Utah play the way they like to play. Move the ball, spread the floor, hard cut in screens, and make that extra pass.
Brown on the spin. Jazz looking for a travel violation, but he was tripped up. Collins will come on. The foul is called on Kirilenko. That is his first. So Collins for Okor. Okor with 7 points, 4 personal fouls. Brown comes out to set the pick. And it is a defensive. Well, apparently Collins called for the reach-in foul.
Utah getting hit with a lot of fouls here tonight. Okor, we just saw him go to the bench with 4. Now Collins picks one up. And Utah already in the penalty here. So the Lakers will be going to the line for the final 8 minutes of the third quarter. That's tough when you're trying to claw your way back from a 10-point deficit.
Kwame Brown was set back by a sprained shoulder, missed the first 7 games. The overall number 1 pick in the 2001 draft by the Wizards. Came on in the second half last season. Ended up at center with Chris Mim injuring his ankle. Mim still out, recovering now from arthroscopic surgery. I asked Phil Jackson about Mim. He said the hope is that he'd be back in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, but nobody plays if you haven't played all regular season.
And it's batted out by Brown, who hears it from the crowd for the hustle.
Now, they've been searching for athleticism and activity on that front line the last couple of years. Kwame really came on last year toward the end of the season, and then Bynum's emergence this year has Laker fans really hopeful.
And Williams too strong. Bryant with the feed. Walton. Offensive foul on Luke Walton.
I think that's a tough call from Walton because it didn't look like he was out of control. I thought Williams kind of got underneath Walton, and sometimes with the officials, they're looking at the player's feet to see whether he's out, but you see he actually initiated the contact with that right elbow.
Second foul called on Walton. Lakers up by 11. Collins sets the pick. Williams gets it to Boozer. Off the double. Pass intended for Collins. And it's a Utah turnover. Oh, the steal by Brewer. Brewer to the reverse. It's put down by Kirilenko.
A little miscommunication between Lamar Odom and Kobe. Bryant was out on the wing in transition. Odom was trying to feed him the ball.
And the Lakers want to talk. So Andre Kirilenko now with 12 points. And the Jazz moving within 9. Go back to 25 in Portland.
This season, just trying to get his timing, get his strength, his speed, and it all looks there tonight.
Ball last touched by the Lakers, so Utah maintains possession.
Well, keep in mind, Andre Kirilenko has the wingspan of about a 7-footer, and he stays right with Kobe, extends his arm, and Kobe just shoots right over the top and drains the jumper.
It's Collins. Collins on the rebound. Collins off the fake. Boozer, and a foul. It's on the Lakers. Both teams are now over the foul limit. Getting back to Kobe, he did have that 140-point game last week against the Clippers. Walton on the foul. That is his third. Last season, Kobe had a franchise record 27 40-point performances.
And you look at the graphic there, this season he's only been over 30 4 times. So clearly just trying to find his rhythm. And I would say he discovered it.
In this third quarter, Kobe with 13 of his 35 points. He's hit all 5 of his shots, 3 of 3 at the line. So Boozer with 17 points, and the Lakers now lead 69-58.
Well, they've got to continue to work hard on the glass. While we talked about the rebounding at the beginning of the game, Utah has been dominant all season. Lakers, as Kirilenko picks up the foul on Kobe, which will result in 2 more free throws. Lakers with a 28-23 rebounding edge. Now remember, when these two clubs met a week ago, it was 45-27 on the boards in favor of the Jazz.
Well, national television coverage of the NBA continues Friday on ESPN. The Kings and the Mavericks. Coverage starting 8 o'clock Eastern time. And then Saturday on NBA TV, it's the Sonics and these Utah Jazz starting at 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's 37 for Bryant. Lakers now lead by 13. It's their biggest lead of the night. Good job by Odom on Kirilenko, and then the ball lost by Harper.
They're just not themselves. So you can see it in their ball handling, their execution. They're trying here in the third quarter. They're trying hard. They're cutting and they're running. But it just seems like one of those NBA nights, fourth game in 5 nights, can't get anything going.
Here's Parker for 3. Handled by Collins. Nice crossover by Williams. And the foul is called. It is on Parker. So Darren Williams will head to the line. Last season, this is a Utah team that went 41-41, did not make the playoffs for a 3rd straight year. They finished 3 games behind the 8th place team, Sacramento. But 41 wins represented 15 more than the previous season when they went a disastrous 26-56.
And I thought 41 was miraculous. I mean, that was a great coaching job by Jerry Sloan, because remember, they were without Carlos Boozer most of the year. They were out Andre Kirilenko for much of the season because of injury, and they were putting together patchwork lineups throughout the season. And the reason they're 13-3 now, they are healthy and deep.
Different games here tonight.
This was a make-believe.
8 shots. He has scored 17 of his 39 here in the third.
And Kirilenko knows he can't put a body on him because the Jazz are in the penalty. They have been for quite some time. Boozer gets the jumper to go. But Kirilenko knows he can't be physical with Kobe, or he's going to send him right back to the free throw line.
Lakers up by 13. There's Kwame Brown getting it down low to Lamar Odom, and the foul on Carlos Boozer. That's the second on Boozer. Lakers have won 8 of 10 here at home. They lead the Pacific Division by a half game over the Sacramento Kings. They will be here on Saturday night again for the Clippers, although it is technically a Clipper home game, and Monday night home for Indiana as this home stretch continues.
This is a good team. I mean, I don't know if many people expected the Lakers to challenge for the Pacific title, but I think they will, because they're much more well-rounded than they have been in the last couple of seasons. We know they have Kobe, but Walton's playing much better. You've got Bynum and Brown kind of playing a tag team inside. They're better defensively. I just think once Kobe is right, this team, and Kobe's obviously right now, this team's going to be tough to beat.
The shooting woes continue for the Jazz. Here's Walton taking to the rim. It counts in the foul. He protected it, went to the left hand, went right at Gordan Giricek, and Giricek called for the personal.
Well, some guys are one-footed jumpers and other guys are two-footed jumpers. Walton's a guy who likes to go off of 2. That's why he gathers himself, gets up pretty high, and then switches over to the left hand, draws the foul. And Luke Walton having another solid game here tonight.
Point number 10 for Luke. So the Lakers with an 18-point advantage. Williams with the nice pass to Boozer. Shovel flip, and Boozer able to put it in. 78-62. Shot clock down to 8. Bryant for 3. Oh, come on. That's 9. Great makes for Kobe Bryant. He has 42. That's a season high. And Darren Williams back for Utah. 81-64 Lakers.
17 out of 23 for Kobe, just sizzling.
Just under 3 minutes to play in the third. Bryant for 3. 10 plus 40 shots. He has 45 points. That was 47 feet. Lakers up by 20. Now, MVP. 15 games into the season. Luke Walton picks up number 4. Kobe Bryant, 45 points. He's hit 10 in a row, 2 straight from downtown.
I'm ready to give him the MVP award. Look at this one, about 4 feet behind that line. Lakers by 20. Welcome back to the Kobe Bryant show. This has been ridiculous. This half, 23 points in the quarter from Kobe. You see the dunk against the zone, the feed to the wall. Then he starts going crazy offensively. A pull-up, another pull-up over Kirilenko. And then he decides,
You're blowing my mind.
rising up, raining jumpers in over this Utah defense.
The first time you're blowing my mind.
Just smoking.
He's hit his last 10 shots, 8 for 8 from the field in the third. You mentioned 23 of his 45 in the third. Our statistician, Mr. Stats, Elliot Cow, checking the record books. The all-time NBA record most points in a quarter held by the Iceman, George Gervin, as a member of San Antonio, did it at New Orleans against the Jazz of New Orleans. That was back in April of 78, 33 in a quarter.
Kobe's got 2 more free throws coming now, so has a chance to get to 25. 2.5 minutes left to go. He might make a little run with this record.
Kobe Bryant with a season high already, the previous season high 40-point game against the Clippers. That's point number 46.
Well, Charles talked at halftime about Utah and the fact that they don't have a go-to guy, a top 5 or 6 player in the NBA type player. And Boozer is probably the closest thing they have, but you know, he's not there yet. But this is the kind of game you see where you say, you know, in the playoffs, if you don't have that one guy, it is awfully tough to win. And that, I think that's going to be Utah's challenge. They have to get much better offensively with their execution. See a foul there on Kobe. Utah has not handled the ball well tonight at all. They've got to start taking care of the basketball better, start running that Jerry Sloan offense and share the basketball as a team.
Third foul on Bryant. Juracek to the line with the Lakers over the foul limit. The Laker franchise record, most points in a quarter, is held by Kobe Bryant, who had 30 against Dallas, December of 2005. Think of Wilt Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor and Jerry West, but it's Kobe who has the record and is challenging it here. But we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Jordan Farmar check back in. Farmar with the ball. Farmar with a head fake. He's looking for Kobe. The ball is slapped away. 1 on the shot clock, and Farmar does not hit the rim. It's a 24-second violation.
Phil Jackson barks at his rookie. He says, shoot it. He thought he had a shot earlier in the possession, and I think one of the things that happens when you're a rookie playing with a Hall of Fame type player who's hot, you feel like you have to throw him the ball, but you still have to play the game. You got to take a shot if it's there.
Juracek got the step. Brown came over on the block. Bryant fires for the 3 and is fouled. Williams. So Cody to the line, and he will have 3 free throws.
So this is what it's going to be. Kobe had an advantage on the break here, but he's so hot, he's just going to pull up. And if you're Williams, you have to challenge that shot. You just watch Kobe break about 10 in a row. And he gets a hand on it.
Point number 48. Well, the NBA on TNT continues. Coming up next, it is Inside the NBA. Ray Allen shows us the art of shooting on TNT Fundamental. Kobe has been doing a pretty good job of showing us the art of shooting. Then next week, it's another NBA doubleheader. Game 1, Pistons going up against Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks, and we're told that Dirk is okay. And then in Game 2, it's the Heat and the Kings. Miami losing earlier tonight here on TNT to the Pistons, who made it 7 straight wins. Kobe Bryant with 50 points. 28 have come here in the third quarter. So he is chasing the franchise record for a quarter, which he possesses as Boozer goes to the line. Carlos Boozer was hit by Kobe Bryant. That's 4 on Bryant, and Phil Jackson could pull Bryant here.
I don't think he will. I mean, you got to let him go. The crowd would probably boo Jackson if he took him out right now. They got to just let him go.
Carlos Boozer, the high point man for the Jazz with 21. Phil looks really concerned.
He looks really nervous.
Checking the glasses, checking the framework.
Well, he's not about to take Kobe out. When he's playing like this, when he's got that jumper going, you know, his fundamentals are so good. His footwork is so good. His pivoting, everything. There's nothing you can do. You can't put him in a spot in which he's uncomfortable.
Up on Bryant, he shoots over and scores. That's 11 straight. He's tied a franchise record with 30 in this third quarter. 52 points for Bryant.
And even Jack Nicholson stood up. You know it's impressive when Jack gets off his feet.
Boozer? Yes. Lakers 91, Jazz 71.
I'd throw it to Kobe.
Excellent call, Steve.
Thank you.
The double.
Phil's an interesting guy as a coach. He rarely cheers on a player.
And that is last touch by the Lakers. Would he acknowledge Michael Jordan after an extraordinary performance?
No, I think he just sort of expects it, and he's more concerned about what's going on in the action. And a lot of coaches would at least give him a slap, a handshake, something. I would have bowed in front of him and kissed his feet.
Easy, Steve.
Maybe not.
So Kobe with 52 points, 30 coming in the third quarter to tie a franchise record most points in a quarter, which was held by Bryant. And Kobe sitting down after hitting his last 11 shots. Farmar on that foul, and the former Laker Derek Fisher, who has seen a host of incredible performances by Bryant in his days with the Lakers. Derek spending 8 seasons with the Lakers. 5 under Phil Jackson, and somewhere George Gervin is saying, my record is safe. Glad to see Kobe take a seat. George Gervin had a 33-point quarter for San Antonio back in April of '78, and coincidentally did it against the Jazz when they played in New Orleans. Here's Odom with time running down. That's a three. Sensational shooting by the Lakers at 60% from the field.
There's something new you want to do, but can't get yourself on the move. There's something great, act on his plate. Fool, seems like you're out of the groove.
been the new number 24, Kobe Bryant. 52 points, 30 coming in the third quarter, which equals a franchise record that was set by Kobe Bryant. Last year he had 6 50-plus games. Derek Fisher able to hit from long range, so the Lakers now lead 95-75. And last season, the 66 50-plus games included the 81 against the Toronto Raptors.
How about 52 points on 25 shots and just 1 turnover for Kobe?
Andrew Bynum will just check back in with his first bucket.
Phil Jackson hopes that he doesn't have to put Kobe back in. He doesn't plan to. And with a 22-point lead, we'll see. But if Utah gets back in this thing a little bit, we may see Kobe, and maybe he'll get 60.
Millsap with the field goal. Lakers now lead 97-77. Opening minutes, fourth quarter. Marv Albert with Steve Kerr and Craig Sager on the turnover by Farmar. Utah will get it back. Fisher pushing it down. Goes to the pull-up from mid-range. Rebounded by Bynum. He lost it. Oprin took it out of his hands. Fisher passed on a 3. And Juracek called for the traveling violation.
Utah. But I think Kevin O'Connor has done a really nice job with this roster here. He's always drafted very well.
Once again, Millsap on the follow. What an excellent Steve Wonders.
Thank you. Do you want some coffee or are you good?
Yeah. With Kobe Bryant to check back in. Tip was missed, so Kobe, after hitting 11 in a row, finally misses a shot, and the foul is called on Fisher. So here's Kobe looking to hit the 60-point mark. Andrew Bynum to the foul line. Bynum, 7-footer, 19 years old, first-round draft pick last year at the age of 17 when he was drafted. Youngest player ever drafted right out of high school. New Jersey, went to New Jersey.
I can see it in your eyes.
Just checked back in, he went off, and rebounded by Bryant.
The Lakers are just
I'm gonna bring me in your
basket
magic.
area for Utah. They're missing a lot of jump shots.
I'm doing me stuck.
Talk about the rebounding block.
Evans took it.
Let me lean in. And I can support you well.
Make a move to his right, and Kobe said no, and then Evans
Can I come into your world?
checking back in. Brewer is back.
Now Kobe is going to switch over to Brewer because he has the 5 fouls. And they'll put Evans over onto Kierlinka.
It's nearly 2 a.m. The DJ told us when the last dance. He's gonna play.
Actually surprised me.
You know that's your last chance. Don't let it slip. Well, now it's last call for alcohol. Come on, y'all, let's have a
Well, we have 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Kobe Bryant with 52 points, equal the franchise record for a quarter with 30. At one point hit 11 consecutive shots, and it's all going in for the Lakers. Farmar hits from downtown.
Well, the other night against that Milwaukee zone, Marvin, the Lakers took 37 three-pointers, most in franchise history. They're 6 of 13 tonight, so they've been much more selective, much more patient. Of course, they haven't faced a zone very often.
With a 111-85 lead on the Jazz. Kobe Bryant looking to add to his 52-point total, but once again it's Jordan Farmar hitting from beyond the three-point line.
Feeling it. I think that's his 3rd three-pointer of the night. Came into the game shooting a little over 30% from beyond the arc, so Farmar starting to feel the touch.
There's Boozer. 26 for Boozer. Most points in a game thus far this season Michael Ridd hit 57 back in November against the Jazz.
He hit 55 here 2 nights ago.
Bryant whipping it. Bynum was pushed. Bynum go to the foul line. Boozer.
Last 2 possessions, Kobe has hit for teammates. He hit Farmar for the 3 and finding that pass through traffic to Bynum.
Now D. Brown, rookie out of Illinois, second-round draft pick, one of the many second-round picks, as you mentioned, for Utah, has come on for the first time. C.J. Miles also back. Boozer and Kirilenko will sit.
I think it's time to sit Kobe, too. You've got a 28-point lead, 5 minutes left, and the Jazz are emptying their bench. You can't mess around now and sprain an ankle or something.
And I say this in the most affectionate way possible. It is now garbage time.
I love it when you say that.
Although with Kobe on the floor, there is obviously still a curiosity as to how many points he will end up with. There's Okor getting inside and fouled by Bynum. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, Marv, you mentioned the 30-point third quarter by Kobe, the fact they made 11 field goals in a row. They've just now been passing out the stat sheets for the third quarter to everybody around here in the press row. They didn't realize he had such a great quarter. Then you look, 9 out of 9 from the field, 10 out of 10 from the free throw line. Shot 19 times in the third quarter.
Fill us up, clapping. A little high five.
Give him a high five. How about that? That's a great way to put it from Greg. He shot 19 times, and he made 19. I've heard Doug Collins say before on telecast, that to see the ball go through the hoop once or twice makes it so much easier to take the next one. How about when you see it go through the hoop 19 straight times? Are you feeling any confidence then?
Well, this will go down as one of the great performances of all time for a single quarter. Nice move by Brewer. As Kobe Bryant comes just shy of the all-time record that was set by George Gervin against the Jazz franchise when they were in New Orleans. So the Iceman's record lives on. Turiaf played well, able to give the Lakers a 118-91 lead, and that equals most points by the Lakers this season.
I seem to remember Sleepy Floyd having a huge quarter against the Lakers, possibly even in a playoff game, maybe 29 or 30 in one quarter. I don't know if that's the playoff record. Maybe we can have Mr. Stats, Elliot Cal, look that one up.
He's been very busy here tonight. You see the numbers on Kobe. Bynum will sit down. Radmanovic is back. Farmar trying to get to it. Here is Brewer. That shot altered by Turiaf. Farmar at the point. He and Vujicic in the backcourt. Nice backdoor pass. Vujicic scores. Radmanovic to Vujicic.
Tell you what, I'm really impressed with Jordan Farmar as Brown races down, can't get the layup to go. Farmar has a really nice understanding of the triangle. Radmanovic is going to chase that one down. But a lot of rookies have trouble with this triangle offense. He's really lining up this Utah defense, getting the Lakers in their spots and letting the offense work.
As you saw, season high for the Lakers. Nice move by Turiaf. Stepping around Millsap. 122-91 Lakers. Just under 3 minutes remaining in what has been a blowout. The Lakers at 60% from the field. Foul on Radmanovic. And a timeout called by the Jazz. 2.5 to play in the game. The Lakers 122, the Jazz 91.
Welcome back to LA. 122-91. The Utah Jazz playing their 4th game in 5 nights, but they've also been busy off the court as well. Andre Kirilenko, Darren Williams, Mehmet Okur recently hosted a basketball clinic for a group of Utah Special Olympic athletes. Special Olympics, which currently serves more than 2.25 million people with disabilities around the world, is one of the many youth-serving programs partnering with NBA Cares. NBA Cares, combining basketball and service to the community.
All right, thank you, Craig. Steve, you raised the point before concerning Sleepy Floyd. And we went to the record books. It was May 10th, 1987, against the Lakers in the playoffs. He had a 29-point quarter, which is a playoff record. And getting back to Kobe, has had 52 points here tonight and 30 in the third quarter, which tied his own franchise record. George Gervin holds the NBA record, 33 points in a quarter. Foul is on Millsap, so Radmanovic to the line. So George Gervin with 33 in a game against the New Orleans Jazz in April of '78. Ended up with 63 in that game. It turned out that was the final game of the regular season. He and David Thompson were battling for the scoring title. Thompson put up 73 that night, and Gervin edged out Thompson for the scoring championship.
I don't know who played first, but I guarantee you the other one knew exactly what needed to be done. That's incredible. 73.
But what Kobe did here tonight may be more impressive. As Brown with the bucket, rather Ron Brewer with the bucket, and he is fouled, so he will go to the line because these guys were playing the final game of the season.
Yeah, throwaway games too.
Right.
I think what impresses me more than anything when you see a game like this tonight is, and I saw a lot of performances like this from Michael Jordan. You get an idea of just how much better Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or the superstar guy who's dominating. You see how much better they are than everybody else on the floor, and you consider how good NBA players are. That's just amazing. I mean, Kobe was like just a man among boys tonight.
There's Vujacic. Gets the bounce. That's a three-pointer. So as you mentioned, the Lakers are hitting the shot from downtown. They are now 8 of 16 from beyond that three-point line, but not three-point crazy as they were against the Bucks when they fired up 37. Collins able to hit as we come up on 1 minute remaining. There's Farmar again for 3. And it's controlled by Miles, pushing it down. Brewer with the bucket.
I'm going to be interested to see how Utah responds to this. Now, this is 3 losses in 4 games. They bounced back last night and defeated the Spurs. That was a must-win for them in terms of their own confidence. But this is a young club. They don't have a lot of experience. And the question is, can they continue this pace? Or good teams don't have long losing streaks. They bounce back pretty quickly. So we'll see if Utah can do that.
This is a team that had won 5 of 7 on the road. They come in with the best record in the NBA at 13-3. Nice pass from Killiaf. It counts in the foul. Radmanovic off the lead from Turiaf. So Radmanovic to the line, fouled by Collins.
Turiaf saw that coming the whole way. As soon as he passed it, he was waiting for the cut, which came from Radmanovic. And how about Utah? They entered this game 6th in the league in field goal percentage defense. They've really improved at that end of the floor this season. They've given up 130 points.
How'd you like to take part in Jerry Sloan's next post-game practice? Millsap on the stuff. Although these things do happen during the course of the season.
They do, but I know what you're saying. I mean, Jerry does not like this kind of thing. Obviously, nobody does. But he's the kind of guy who will let you know the next day at practice. So that's not going to be a whole lot of fun over there in Salt Lake the next couple days.
Evans is fouled. And he will head to the line. The foul on Aaron Collins. Lakers have hit a season high 131 points. And they continue this stretch playing at home, as we have discussed, 16 of their first 20 at Staples. Aside from last Friday night's game in Utah, they are here for 13 straight. That includes one game against the Clippers. Brown is fouled. Turiaf looking for the block. We're down to 7 seconds remaining. Lakers will go to 10-5, and again, looking at the brighter side, they have won 6 of their last 8. They come off a loss here at home to the Bucks, and they will move a full game in front of Sacramento on top of the Pacific Division.
And they've got the Clippers coming up Saturday in a Clipper home game, which is always fun here in Los Angeles. But Lakers off to a good start this season. Great effort tonight.
Final score, Lakers 132. And the Jazz 102. Kobe Bryant, that people will be discussing tomorrow with his 52-point outburst. 19 of 26 from the field, 12 of 15 at the line. He had 30 in the third quarter. Here's Kobe with 37.
You're feeling pretty good, but then you go out in the third quarter and score 30 more. What did it feel like to be in that type of zone?
It feels great. It feels like I'm playing PlayStation or something. You just get one of those grooves and you just feel like you can't miss.
You came out with a minute to go there in that third quarter, just 3 points away from the all-time record held by George Gervin. Were you aware that you were that close to the record, and why'd you come out?
No, I had no idea. You know, at that point, you know, the game's in hand. He's just trying to execute, get our young guys some confidence.
That game that George Gervin had was the final game of the 1978 season when he was trying to win a scoring title against David Thompson, so he's putting up shots all over the place. You had 19 shots that third quarter, 9 out of 9 from the field, 10 out of 10 from the line, didn't miss a shot. Has to go down with one of the greatest performances ever.
Well, thank you. I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good. Like I said, the basket was pretty good. It felt like I was playing a video game.
Talk a little bit about this team. You're on a home stretch here. You had obviously taking care of business. How good is this team going to be?
Well, I mean, we're young, you know, but we're a scrappy bunch, and we play hard. And you know, who knows? Who knows? We just continue to improve and get better, and then see where we end up.
You had the hot hand tonight, but how much is it that your legs are getting back?
Yeah, my legs feel good. You know, it's just a matter of trusting my legs now, because they feel fine. And we come back from injury. Sometimes the last hurdle is just trusting them again.
Terrific performance. Thanks for the highlight.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Fred. Lakers hit 28 of their last 39 from the field, so they shoot at 75%. Over that stretch, they finish at 60% for the game. Kobe Bryant with 52 points, and in one stretch he hit 11 consecutive shots. Our producer tonight, Scooter Bertino, director Renato Lowe, associate director Tom Pikes, production assistant Carol Bernardo, and Tim McDermott, and our very visual statistician, Elliot Kell. So what's the final score? The Lakers 132 and the Jazz 102. Lakers go to 10-5, got out 13 and 4 down. Great set, third, and